It's one thing to know what you believe, it's another to choose it when the work gets ordinary. Big visions can arrive in a flash. Building them happens one email, one post, one decision at a time. Rachel Bentz knows that tension well. She can see where the Joy Collective is headed, while still building it day by day. That means holding the visionary and the operator at once, dreaming big, then returning to the next small thing that needs doing. And that is the part nobody applauds. The operator work, when the visionary energy isn't flowing. Rachel's work asks leaders to stop treating joy like a reward. She argues it belongs inside the way we lead and live, which makes her own Tuesday test more interesting. What happens when the person teaching the practice still has to practice it? She is the founder of the Joy Collective and author of Joy is the Strategy. She created joy-led leadership. That is why meeting Sheryl in Miami clicked so quickly. They recognize the same thing. Joy is not soft, and it is not optional. Rachel, welcome to the show. Sheryl, Joy Squad, this is going to be amazing.
Good morning, Rachel. Let me get you off mute there. Oh, you're off mute. Okay, good. Hi, how are you, lady?
Hello. I am thrilled to be here. I'm so excited about this. So excited.
I am so excited too. I feel like this has been like a long time coming, right? I feel like we've been talking about this forever, and the date is finally here. Woo!
It is finally here. And it feels on one hand, as you said, like forever, because I feel as though we are true soul sisters. We
I
are
know.
true sisters in joy, and we just happened to have met a few months ago, but really our lives have been intertwined even before we physically knew each other.
I know. That is so cool. And I mean, and Zola hinted at it because you and I don't know if you want to tell the story because I was just chilling out doing my thing. How did we meet? Tell everybody how we met.
Yeah, so we met in Miami at a conference. And I happened to be at this conference because I said yes to Joy. A woman that I barely knew called me and said, "Do you want to go to Miami?" And I didn't hesitate. I said yes. She also runs a business around joy. And
Mm-hmm.
so she and I were there. We saw on the schedule that you were speaking, and my first instinct was, hell yes. I have got to go see this woman who just wrote this book. And we talked about it a little bit that one of my instincts could have been, oh my goodness, she's competition because she also just wrote a book. She also speaks about joy. But it was 1,000% opposite. I listened to you. It was
Mm-hmm.
standing room only at your talk, by the way. So I was standing in the back and I could feel your energy all the way in the back. And I thought, yes, everything that you were saying, I was like, yes, yes,
Aw.
yes. And I'm my full body chills right now again. So
I
this
had
is
too.
supposed to be happening. I love it. And can I go a tiny bit woo woo just before we
Yeah,
even
girl, you can
start?
always go woo with me.
So I
You can
didn't
always go woo.
realize that this was show number 30. And you know what the number 3 represents? Is joy and playfulness.
Whoa.
Joy and playfulness and completeness or wholeness. So this is like full circle. We are supposed to be here in joy together.
Girl, all the way to the tip of my bald head. I am feeling all of the chills. And it's just so funny because my angel number is 333. And so that I'm just like, whoa, just blown away. And I remember seeing you in Miami because you and it's Gina. Hi, Gina. She's out there. If she watches this, I watched you guys. I was looking straight at you almost the whole talk because you guys were giving me so much like love and energy. And I think that was before we even met. Right. So, I mean, I was just like, these two ladies are just like, every time I would look at you and you're looking straight back at me and nodding and just giving me love. And I didn't even know then that you were like a joy guru, you know? So it is just a blessing. I'm very, very grateful that our lives have crossed and now we're just basically stuck with each other. So
Shoot.
shoot, sugar, right? So darn it, I wouldn't have it any other way. So Rachel, I want to talk about you because, and I'm going to start here. I'm just going to go straight for it because this book, which you gave me that day, right? You got my book and then you grabbed and you went and got me yours. Joy is Strategy. Can you talk about this and talk about like how did you get here? Like what's the Rachel story behind all of this?
Yeah, joy is the strategy. You talk about it starts with joy. I think we're saying the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
using the same, just using a few different words. But for me, it was looking back over my corporate career, and then I spent time in the wellness industry. And I was trying to figure out where was the success, who was successful. So whether it be in business or whether it be maybe in their fitness journey, what was the through line of success for people? And Cheryl, it was joy. It was those people who used joy not as the reward at the end. So, not as, woohoo, I lost the weight or
Mm-hmm.
that I got the promotion. I mean, we can celebrate those things as well, but it
Sure.
was people who truly used joy as the strategy throughout the process. Those were the people who realized the most success. So, I mean, it just came to me. I'd been wanting to write a book for a
Wow.
and Cheryl, I had started over 4 or 5 or 6 times trying to write a wellness book, and I would get halfway through and think, "This everyone is writing a wellness book. What is this?" And finally
Yeah.
dawned on me, and I wasn't me, it was my guides, and I go woo-woo. But it was about joy. It was about joy, and I'm all about language and all about words, so I like to anchor myself. I use enjoy as the 5 pillars of joy in that book. But that's kind of the impetus. And then let me tell you, the universe responded and things just started happening. I was trying to do things in corporate or in wellness and successful, but not like, oh my goodness.
Right.
Say the word joy, and I don't know if you find this as well. You say the word joy, sometimes you get a little pushback, but mostly what I hear is the world needs more of that.
Oh, a
The
hundred
world needs
percent.
more of that. So I was blessed to meet you and blessed to be part of this Joy Squad where we can continue to talk about it not as fluff, but really as a necessity or strategy, or as you talk about it, that joy is your COO.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's, I love that you said that because I've found the same thing that it's almost as if, oh girl, now you got the, okay, so you
I
guys have
got
to
it all.
know. So
I'm like
I
all
was,
about joy.
I was on Rachel's podcast last week and she started sipping out of that mug. And then I'm like, oh my God, I need that mug. And so now that mug has a permanent spot here. And now I'm seeing you. Well, you don't need to send me the water bottle, but I absolutely love it. But I'm jiving with what you're saying because yes, it's been the same thing. It's as if folks are almost afraid to use that word in the context of leading themselves or leading a team or whatever the case may be. But I agree that once you bring it up and you explain and define it in a way that resonates with them in their left brain, I guess, then it's like, okay, yeah, oh my God, we absolutely need it.
Because I think that well, here's what I would say. I did in which you were a part of, I did a virtual Joy-led leadership
Yes.
conference
Yeah, that was great.
earlier this year in May. And one of the things I found is that the women and a few good men who spoke at the conference, they might not have used the word joy as their success um, igniter or
Yeah.
that through line, but it really was joy. So as they were talking, I was like, oh, that's joy, or that is how you and I are defining joy. So not everybody is using the word, and that's okay, right? I
Yeah.
mean, we have people that still use the concept. And if they don't need to use the word, because language is amazing, and you and I are both kind of wordies, or I don't
Yeah,
know,
yeah, I'm a
that's not
word
even a
nerd.
word, but yeah, right. But I do believe that it really is this whole thing about it is just about joy. It's about that alignment with your values. It's about letting your body, full body breathe so that more blood flow to our brain, that all of those things can happen, dopamine, serotonin, all of the things that we connect better with others. We are more creative, right? We can see more possibilities. We can make better strategic decisions.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It's almost like being intentional, and it's about being intentional about your life. And you're not just moving through it. You are being present, and you are just, I don't know, it's just like this inner knowing. And it's always there, right? We're just not paying much attention to it because life is moving so quickly.
And I think you were saying joy is always there, right? If joy,
Yeah, joy is always there.
that is
Yeah.
one of the things that my vision, right, is to let everybody know or show everybody how to access joy, because joy is always available. I know you talk about it like joy is the sun, emotions are the weather. That, yes, joy is always available to you, even though you don't know it. And
Yeah.
we need to practice. It's just a habit, right? It's just like
Yes.
any other habit. I
The
didn't, I
reps.
mean, I probably was born a bit more joyful than others, but I have
Same.
learned to practice, just like going to the gym. I also practice joy, practice seeing it. Practice. I get up every morning and I'm like, it's going to be a great day. And it is because I'm telling my brain, and my brain is going to filter and to show me all of the good things. Not
Yes.
saying that crappy stuff doesn't happen and there isn't bad and really hard things out in the world, but we also get to choose the joy, because that will allow us to then sit in hard stuff and make better decisions.
Yeah, I love how you say get to. Dwayne and I talk about that all the time. And I'll catch myself sometimes and he'll catch me sometimes or each other about like the have tos versus the get tos. I absolutely love that you said, love that you said get to. Love
It's
that.
important. It's important to know that we have that choice. I mean, again, as a wellness coach, I kept telling people, like, you get to go to the gym, you get to go for a walk, you get to you that it's a privilege, right? It
Mhm.
is,
Yeah.
and maybe a little bit of a responsibility to make sure that we have healthy bodies and minds, but we get to choose joy because it's there. It's
Yeah,
never
it's
going away.
there.
It's like energy. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. That's just, I'm not a physics person, but that's just physics. It
That's
can't be created or
it's
destroyed, right?
yep,
But
yep.
so it's always there. Joy is always there for us. So why
Yeah,
not?
and
Why
it's
not
a gift.
choose it? Because it makes life more fun and
I
easier
know.
and easier.
Yeah, I completely agree. And you're getting a lot of love too. Diane's giving hearts. Kristen, hey Kristen, she says we love woo woo. Yeah, Kristen's my woo woo sister. So she's also been a guest host on this show. Oh, and Dwayne is giving you love. He said Rachel is fire. And Diane said, this is so true. It reminds me of the song Joy in My Heart. Mm,
I don't
yeah.
know if I know that, but I'm gonna have to look it up
I'm
right
gonna look it
after
up
the
too.
podcast, dude. Yes.
We're gonna have to call Diane and have her sing it for me. And Dwayne said this all gratitude, and that is true. It's all they're all they're all connected. They're all connected. But one of the things that I love about we were talking about this backstage. One of the things that I love about your book and your 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 focus, and you actually say it on the back of the book. When one person chooses joy, it changes their day. When a community chooses joy, it changes the world. And we talked about this a little bit when we were together in your podcast. Can you just tell us about more about that, the community aspect of your work, and how one thing leads to another? Because I think that's really powerful.
Yeah, well, I think one of the things that, and this is just maybe in my small community or my group of friends, is that there's been so many times over the past, I don't know, decade, maybe the last 5 years for sure, is that we have conversations and say, oh my goodness, I feel like I can't do anything. I feel like the world is crazy and I don't know what to do, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it starts with us, right? So you get to pick joy. So you get to choose joy, but when I choose joy and Sheryl, you choose joy, and Dwayne and Jason and Joan and Nancy and Susan and everybody else chooses joy, that doesn't just add, that multiplies.
Yes.
right? So collective energy multiplies. So I have this vision, and maybe it's crazy, but if we all do our part in choosing joy every day, I think that we can actually change the positive energy in the world, even if it's 1%. I
Yes.
mean, think about a plane flying, and if you're flying and you're 1% off, you're gonna end up someplace else. If we can,
Yes,
right?
so true.
I mean, over
Yes.
the over a long trip, you're gonna end up someplace else. So what if we each do our individual parts to choose joy? I have chills. And then but
Ooh.
collectively, that energy in the world is gonna change. And again, I'm not all Pollyanna. I don't walk around with rose-colored glasses. I know there is hard bleep in the world going on. I get it. In our individual lives and
Oh,
in
I say
team.
shit on this show. That's okay.
There's hard shit. There's hard shit. There's hard shit going on. But again, if we go back to the neuroscience, if we go back to the actual what is happening in our bodies when we choose joy, we are better able to withstand hard times. We're better able to make good decisions. We're better able to move through the world and create something different and better if we choose joy.
Yes.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think about you are in a meeting and somebody walks into the meeting and they're in a bad mood. You can
Oh, yeah.
feel it. Like you can palpably feel that. That's energy.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
is energy. So what if
Yep.
you walked into the room and you decided you're going to wipe all that stuff off, choose joy before you walk into the room and bring positivity? The room feels that too.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. You can change the temperature of a room depending upon like where your head is, right? And where your mind is when you walk into it. And for folks like us, does this ever happen to you? Because we tend to be just naturally joyful. If you walk into a room, Rachel, I know this happens for me. If you walk into a room and your energy is off, it gets that room cools off 1,000 times faster because folks are not used to like that type of energy from you. And it's like, right? Does that ever happen to you?
Yeah, it does, and I catch myself sometimes too because we're
Yes.
sometimes you're at home or and it happened to me, my mom saying this, shout out to my mom,
Hi, mom.
who I love, but the other they notice it, and then they're like, "Oh, well, you're the joy person, why aren't you joyful?"
Yeah, like,
So
what's your problem?
so sometimes I'm like, "Okay, okay, I have to breathe, I have the responsibility," but I mean, Cheryl, we all have off days,
Of
right?
course
Or
we
off moments,
do.
and we get to go through all of the emotions too, right? We
Yes.
we get to do that, and maybe we even have to do that as well. I have got lots of conversations with my sister. It's not necessarily business related, but she's a pastor and a grief counselor.
Mhm.
And we talk a lot about if you practice joy, it actually allows you to go deeper into grief, which is
Oh,
important for
girl.
you to process all of that. But I
Mm.
think it allows you to go deeper into grief or anger or maybe some of those other emotions because you know you can get out of it.
Yeah,
If you
you're
don't know that
anchored.
there's joy, right? If you're not anchored and
Yes.
you don't know that joy is available always, it can be kinda scary to want to go into the depths of grief, which is cathartic, though. We need to process emotions, right?
Yeah, no, that is so powerful. And I don't know why I'm having this visual of joy being like a floaty, right? Because you can go into almost like a life preserver in some ways. Like you can go into deeper waters. I remember Dwayne and I, we went to Santorini years ago to celebrate our friend Sam and Alex's wedding. And I was swimming in the Aegean Sea with this like life preserver on, and I would never have done it. The water was cold, but it was beautiful. I never would have done it and been able to go that far away from the boat, or that the waters were deep below me. But I felt comfortable and protected because I had that life preserver. So what you're saying is like joy is it's basically the same way. It allows you to go into deeper waters because you know that you're protected and safe, and it's there even if happiness is not there right at that particular time.
Right, because happiness is an emotion which comes and goes, just like grief
Yep.
as well. But even
Yep.
thinking about if you are having difficult or challenging conversations at work, right? If you have built a practice within yourself or within your team of using joy, it then allows you or gives you the permission to go deeper into those challenging conversations
Absolutely.
because you have
Absolutely.
this knowing that you're going to get out of it. You're going to come back to that other space. And it's okay to have challenging conversations. Maybe you're a little more respectful because you built that trust through joy, but you
Mm-hmm.
can go there and you can go and have really hard conversations that then at the end you come back to this life preserver, you come back to this touchstone, or come back to this lighthouse, or whatever visualization, whatever you want to use for that. But I just think it's such a powerful tool for individuals, for teams, and for communities.
You know, it's so weird. It's like you and I are having this conversation right now, Rachel, and I literally, I'm gonna get woo-woo for a second. I literally feel like elevated. I feel energetically the the world. I mean, I'm looking at all the comments that are in the chat right now, and I'm just imagining I feel elevation and realization. Like it really is. This is a real thing, and it is extremely powerful. I'm so grateful that you saw me that day in Miami, and that you came over and talked, because you are actually doing what you said in your book, recognizing that even at that 1%, that 1% times, joy is a force multiplier. It absolutely is. Whew. I know you're getting chills out thinking about that,
I
right?
am. And I hope everybody else is too. But I do think it is about it's energy. Joy is energy. Joy is pure positive energy. And we just need more of it. And again, I just get lit up talking about it. And I could continue to talk about it.
I
People
know we
I
could
get
talk about
sick.
this
They're
all
like, oh, that's
day.
the joy lady. That's the joy lady. But you know what? I'm okay. Call me Joy. Call me Rachel
Yes.
Joy.
And do people call you Joy sometimes by accident?
Yes, you too,
Yes, it
I'm
happens.
sure.
Yes, all the time.
I answer to it. I'm like, yes,
I do
yes,
too.
yes,
And
yes.
they apologize and they say, don't. It's I'm absolutely honored. And we're still getting more comments here in the chat. Jason Fish, hi Jason. He said, since I've decided to choose joy every day, my life has improved my overall feeling throughout my week, especially since I get to share it with my person with everything we do.
Shout out
That's
to
great.
Jason.
Shout out to you, Jason. And Dwayne said a thermometer feels the temperature, a thermostat sets the temperature. Yeah, so joy can absolutely be the thermostat for sure. Joy can set the temperature if we allow it to. If we allow it to. So one of the things, and gosh, I'm watching the time and I'm like, oh my God, I need more Rachel. Okay. I want to One of the things that I always do is I always surround, I like the whole show is inspired by my guests. And for you, this was super duper easy, right? Because it's joy, right? And it's like it's a thing, and we're both in it. But there's something that you said when we were putting the show together in intake form about that, like the vision that you have versus the operator. And I want you to talk about that a little bit, because as we're talking about joy and energy, like just bring us through that, and how are you managing that? Because I think everyone out there is also struggling with the same thing, with like the daily grind of their life versus the vision they have for their lives. So I just want you to like bring us into your brain there, and how are you handling all that?
Right, and I think what we had talked about was as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, as someone
Yes.
just kind of getting started, or even in the middle of when you have a small business, is that you have to put on so many different hats.
Hats.
You have to be the visionary. You have to be that person that sees where are we going in 5 to 10 years, perhaps, or maybe just 5 years, however your brain works. But you also have to get the thing done today.
Yeah.
You have to do both and that is challenging. And I slip into I am much better at let's dream about what's going to happen in the future. Let's think super big and
Yeah.
then forget to back it out to if I'm going to get here, I also have to execute to this today. So for me, it really is about making sure that I have my really good prayer, meditation, and journaling practice at the beginning of the morning,
Mm-hmm.
beginning of the morning or in the morning, so that I can ask to be reset for the day. Like, here's all my big dreams. Help me reset for the day so that I still have enough energy and can carry joy with me through and I don't want to, I'm very careful about words. I used to call it the slog of doing things, but that going back to that I get to put out a Instagram post today. I get to write an email. I get to
So
call and
true.
ask somebody. I'm putting on a live conference, little plug here, in
Mm-hmm.
October here in the Twin Cities. So I'm putting out, if anybody wants to sponsor, we're looking for some more sponsors. So I get to do those things and I get to do them because, as you and I have talked about, I get to do them not for me. I actually get to do them for joy. Like
Yes.
I am so value driven in in this business, as I think we need to be, but
Have to.
I'm just not doing them. I'm asking somebody to be part of joy. I mean, like
It's like,
what?
you're welcome.
Yes, like I'm giving people an opportunity, and I need to reframe it in that way because it could
Yeah,
be,
that's
oh,
great.
I hate picking up the phone and asking for money. Well, that energy translates. But if I pick up the phone and say, I'm giving you the opportunity to be part of, okay. So those two things, going back to your original question, though, those two things are still challenging. And for me, recognizing the fact that I get to be both in my business, just recognizing the fact, just you talk about noticing, right? As part of
Yeah.
the process. I also have
Yeah.
3 macros. I talk about notice, allow, and share. So and I talk about it in noticing joy, but I need to notice here are the roles that need to be filled in the business. And I get to fill them all right now.
Yeah.
I get to figure out how to do a podcast. I get to figure out when I'm going to write more on the next book. I get to, but not I have to.
Yeah. It just changes your whole perspective. And that's the reason why I absolutely love. Have you ever heard that quote before from Kelly Lee Phipps? Have you ever
No,
heard
but I
that one
took a
before?
picture. I screenshotted it because I couldn't write fast enough. So,
Oh
but
my
I love
gosh.
it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, what do you take from that? If you argue with your limitations, you get to keep them. But if you argue for your possibilities, you get to create them. What are you
Because
taking away from that? It's so aligned.
what you focus on happens. What you
Yes.
focus on happens. So if you focus on the negative stuff, it is our brain filtering for us, right? So our brain gets, and I don't know what the number is, but there are bazillion, gazillion things going on all the time. Like your big toe is feeling something right now, but you don't know it. Although now you
Right.
do because now you're thinking about it. But your
Right.
brain is filtering everything for you, right? So we brainwash ourselves every morning. We
Yes,
really
we
do. We
do.
brainwash ourselves every morning, even though we don't know it. We wake up in the morning and what do we think about first? We grab our phones. We look at the emails. We look at what are all the things that could happen to us today, right? I'm going to brace myself. I'm going to do all these things. I'm going to turn on the news. I'm going to look at social media. We are brainwashing ourselves to say, brain, I want you to look out for all the things that could negatively impact me today.
Mm,
Now, what if you switched your morning routine and the first, and it's I think the research is like 30 minutes or so, but the first 5 or 10 minutes, you just flood your brain with all of the positivity. It's going to be a great
yeah.
day. I
Yes.
choose, I say to my husband every morning, I love you and I choose you. Like I'm going to choose you every morning. I love you and I choose you. It's going to be a great day. I want my brain to be flooded with positivity so that my reticular activating system, sorry, my RAS, then goes and looks for all the positive stuff.
Absolutely. That is beautiful. I mean, Dwayne and I every single morning, it's and I love you. and the news goes on for like a millisecond, as he always says. He just go turn the TV on, make sure the world's still here, and then off it goes. And then it's music and conversation and stretching and all that kind of stuff, and all the just feeding your brain with the positive stuff, because the world will take care of all the other stuff, right? We've got to be intentional and take care and protect us and protect our joy and our minds, really. Oh, girl,
Train our minds to
train it. The
look for
reps.
all of the joy. You put in the reps. I call them joy reps, right?
Right.
Put in the
Yep.
reps, and it doesn't happen overnight. Like,
No.
it does not happen overnight. I mean, it took me a little while to figure out these arms, right? So
So I was gonna say, I'm got arm envy. I told Rachel before, I got arm envy, but it's the same kind of thing. You put in that effort, and you'll get there.
yeah.
Right.
And it's about, I tell people all the time, it's about boring consistency. It doesn't have to be boring, but it's about consistency. It's about doing it every day, being consistent, just doing it over and over and over. Training your brain to look for positive. Train your brain. Just say, what I'm going to find one positive thing today. And then maybe the
Yeah.
next day it's two. But maybe you stick at one until because if you get home at night and you didn't find that one thing, you don't get to jump to, I'm going to find 5 positive things tomorrow, right? You have
No,
to go
just keep
back
going.
to do one, then do two, and then your brain starts to follow you along and be like, oh, all right,
Ah,
I'm going to show you all of the amazingness that this world is. I'm going to show you all of the joy in other people. I'm going to show you how to collaborate and connect and co-create and breathe and all of the things. Your brain will do it for you if you
if
allow
we
it to.
ask, if we allow it to. Ah, Rachel, we are out of time, my friend. But before we go, and I'm like so upset because I could talk to you about this forever, forever. This conversation, your insight is absolutely amazing. You are a gift. I deeply appreciate you sharing your gift of joy with us. But I want you to just really, really quickly, please tell us where we can find you. And then you gave a hint about a second book coming out. So share that with us, and then I'll have to let you go.
Yeah, so the 2 places or 3 places really to find me: LinkedIn, Rachel Benz on LinkedIn. I am Rachel_Benz on Instagram. My website, enjoymyeveryday.com. You can find me those
Oh, there you are.
places. Yes, there I am. And
Yay.
yes, a couple of fun things happening. I am hosting um, an I call it the joy experience because I want people to experience joy. We don't need to talk about it anymore. Let's actually experience it. A happy
Yeah.
joy experience in the Twin Cities, so in Minneapolis, Minnesota, in October. And then let me just briefly get super excited. I'm also bringing it to France in April. So we're going international. Joy is going
April in
international.
Paris.
The
I love
other
it.
thing that I'm really excited about, and for 2 reasons, I am writing a new book. It's coming out this fall called Be With 39 Habits for a Joy Filled Life. And
Nice.
guess who's writing the foreword to this book? I am so blessed. I am so blessed that this amazing woman that you have in front of you is writing the foreword
Aw.
to Be With. So that is coming out this fall. All exciting things. And
I'm honored. You had me in tears when you asked me.
I'm so grateful, and I'm so blessed that the universe brought us together and that we are going to continue to co-create all things joy. So
Oh, we will.
thank you for being here.
Girl, thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for gracing us with your presence and your incredible brain and mind on this show. And I already know you're going to come back.
Of course. I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Thank you so much, Rachel. I will call you. We will be in touch for sure. Thank you again. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. And the squad, they're giving all kinds of love in there. Oh my gosh. I'm just so excited that Rachel was here. That was beautiful.